Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Nur Wasi'ani, and I'm in here want to explain about current teaching methodology in reading. Okay, the first is about definition of reading. Reading is one of the most important activities in education. Reading is not just for pleasure, but also for information that has been researched, organized, and documented. Reading brings us new knowledge and new information, and it is also an activity with a purpose. Strategies for teaching reading comprehension. The first is making connection. Readers make connection between books they read to their own life. Children can make this connection with what they read to their life. And then the next is about questioning. Questions are the key to understanding. They take people, especially students, into understanding. Students need to feel that their questions are important. And then the last is visualizing and inferring. Visualizing is creating pictures in our mind. When students visualize, the students create their own movie in their mind. And then the next is about technique in teaching reading. There is have 5 technique in there. The first is brainstorming, and then the next is summarizing technique, class procedures, group work technique and technical communication, and then the last is semantic mapping. Okay, the first is about brainstorming. Brainstorming is an activity which usually used by teachers before going to the main topic of a lesson. The teacher is going to teach about reading. This means the teacher will use the brainstorming before going to the reading part as the main topic in the class. Brainstorming is usually used by the teacher to encourage students and to generate the student thinking and mind about the topic which will be discussed. This is used to make the students not really confused about the topic. And then the next is about summarizing technique. Summarizing can be highly effective for helping students to identify main ideas, generalize, remove redundancy, integrate ideas, and improve memory for what is the read. In this process, teacher will monitor, evaluate, and organize their understanding while reading. After students write what they get in reading, they realize how far they have understood the text. If understanding is impaired, they can read the text. The next is about clause procedure. Clause procedure is a technique in which words are deleted from a passage according to a word count formula or various other criteria. According to Nazari, Asasi, and Zage, the purpose of clause procedure are to identify students' knowledge and understanding of the reading process, to determine which queuing system readers effectively employ to construct meaning from brain, to assess the extent of student vocabularies and knowledge of a subject, to encourage students to monitor for meaning while reading, and to encourage students to think critically and analytically about text and content. The next is group work technique and technical communication. Group work can help students to discuss subjects that they have never talked before about English. Group work technique is the heart of a student-centered course in that they allow students to interact with each other without the interference of the teacher. They give students time and space to learn, to solve the problem, and to make the choice. And then the last is about semantic mapping. Semantic mapping is a technique that can be used in all disciplines to demonstrate the relationship between ideas. Semantic mapping represents the knowledge which is related to each other. It is also a visual representation of knowledge, a pictures of conceptual relationship. Okay, the next is about using of media in teaching reading comprehension. Media is a channel of communication. It carries information between a search and a receiver. Example of media includes slide, diagram, UHP, pictures, and other else. Media serve a variety of roles in education. In addition, according to Jamara, media is a tool that can be used as a channel message in order to achieve the goal of teaching. Then, education with media not only can make students easy to understand, comprehend, to plan, but also it can motivate students to study the using abstract words. And then the last is about in reading comprehension, there are three stages in teaching the lesson. The first is pre-reading activities. Pre-reading activities are showing the activities which done before reading. While reading, two suggested procedure for conducting this stage are suggested procedure: a teacher reads sentence or phrase, the class repeats orally in chorus, book open individual repeat the same sentence. And then the last is about post-reading activities. In the classroom, the teacher select according to the aims of the lesson and exercise. Okay, I think enough my presentation today about current methodology in reading. Thanks for listening. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.